Hi, I'm Chris Salter. I'm the founder and CEO of Music Wizard Next Gen. Our flagship product is called Piano Wizard Academy. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about kind of an amazing development that happened without our real intention, but I just wanted to share this and get this out there because it may have a big impact on other people in similar situations. One mother who had a very severely mentally challenged boy, possibly autistic, pre-verbal autistic. We are not sure of the diagnosis, but let's just say severely mentally challenged to the point where he only learned to walk at 4, and his very first word at 6, right? And then at 7 still really couldn't do much. He couldn't communicate. His friend in a chair, it was the same communication. He couldn't ask for a glass of water when he was thirsty. His mom would leave water on the table for him. So again, he couldn't watch toddler-level TV programming. He couldn't do a 4-piece puzzle. She worked with him constantly trying to find some way to get through to him, right? And so she got the game for him. And you will see in just a moment, we'll pause and you can see Jed. It took him almost 3 weeks to play a song that any neurotypical child can play in the very first minute. They're playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars, just a melody, left and right hand. It's a very basic song and very easy to play in our game format. But for Jed, it took a full 3 weeks. But again, for the mom, this was a huge breakthrough. It's the first thing he really stuck to, that he really liked and paid attention to, and it had some persistence. And even though it took 3 weeks, it was a project that he could enjoy, which you can see right now. This is Jed playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars, his very first song on Piano Wizard.
Since my son Jed has MR, there aren't many things he can do. And until he was 7 years old and I bought him the Piano Wizard for him, and there was practically nothing he could do. He was just totally locked in. It was like he was like this walnut shell that's solid, and I just couldn't make a crack at it. There was nothing that would penetrate in the sense that I can get him to learn something. He could speak a few words at a time, and that was about it. So I bought him the Piano Wizard, and he practiced it and practiced it. And as I watched him, I noticed that he is learning various skills from it. Not only that is he learning to play the piano, but he's also learning to perform a task, to keep at it, to pay attention, to concentrate, and to get it done.
So when you watch Jed, you don't feel like he's at all mentally challenged, right? But I found this review, and I said, oh, that must be the lady, and I emailed her, and I said, are you the lady that wrote us the nice postcard? She said, yes. Oh, that review, I'd forgotten about that. I'm going to update it. He's way past that. And then she started asking me some questions. She said, do you think this is helping him with language? Because he seems to be speaking more and communicating and understanding more. And I said, look, we have lots of evidence of, the influence of music on the brain, in particular math, 30 to 40% jumps with 2 years of piano. Piano in particular is profound, impetus on the brain. And then in Canada, they did some studies, very interesting, with 4-year-olds. As little as 4 months of music training, they were able to detect new brain cells that were memory cells that are available for all of the brain to use. Developing brand new brain cells, like literally they can see them on the MRI, from music. And so there's something about music that just is creating and stimulating new brain pathways. And all the theory out there now is, the latest brain research is neuroplasticity, meaning the brain is more flexible and malleable. We used to think it's very set by the time you're 7, not so. In fact, the brain, even new brain cells and new synapses, new connections can be made, new pathways. Very interesting stuff on the brain. So So I said, I don't know, but it's possible. It's quite possible. And she sent me this video that you're going to see right now. And this is Jed about a year later after the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
That's great, Mama.
Okay. Now we need to...
Give. Play buttons like this. Play buttons like this. Now play this thing.
Now you see, he's obviously much more fluent. This isn't the melody split into two hands. This is a right hand melody and left hand, kind of bass line harmony, and he's rocking, right? And the interesting thing is he goes right from level 1 all the way to level 4. Now our game has 4 steps in the game and 1 step off the game. The Academy invites the parents to take them now off the game, now that they've really mastered the music, and to the sheet music. And that was the step that I thought maybe Jed can do this. So I asked her, have you tried getting him off the game to the sheet music? I was really stunned at his progress, and you can see him praising himself, and this is like, wow, we didn't expect this. And I said, look, can I share this with other people? And she said, sure. She's actually been very generous, very kind to share her son's experiences, because she feels like it was a godsend for her family. So Jed's now talking, he's communicating with the family, and we're very curious. We start sending this out, we're getting other feedback. And about a year later, I reached out to his mom, and I said, how's Jed doing, right? Because I was getting all this other feedback. And she said, I'm so glad you called. He's on song 99 of the 100-song curriculum that you include with the game that has all the fingerings. We need more songs with fingerings in them. And I'm like, wait, the last 10 songs are really not part of the curriculum. They're challenge songs. It's Bach, it's Beethoven, it's Mozart, right? She says, well, we didn't know. We just kept going. And I'm like, okay, and what about the sheet music? Were you ever able to get him off the game to the sheet music? She says, actually, he took to that really easily. I was very surprised. I don't know how much he understands, but he reads it, and then he memorizes the pieces. So here you see Jed with no piano teacher, with severe mental challenges, after 2.5 years playing Bach, playing Beethoven. I was stunned. I was truly stunned. I said, wow, this works. There's something going on here. It's the visual, the kinesthetic, the audio feedback. It's a concrete way of learning that somehow is bypassing, a lot of the obstructions that a lot of us feel when we try and take it on a very abstract level with music notation. But he's there reading and he's playing with, I was stunned. And then she shared more.
So before I bought him the Piano Wizard, I tried him on, for example, the Legos. And I bought him, he was 7 years old. I bought him the Legos that was designed for 3-year-olds. They were like 7 or so big chunks. You put it together to make a train. I tried and tried and tried. Jed couldn't get it. Now after he started playing the piano for a while, he was about 8 years old. And I bought him another Lego set for 4-year-olds. And I decided to try him on Legos again. And I remember at that time my older son Mark, who was 10 at the time, saying to me, "Mama, Jed will never be able to do that." And Mark wasn't just being pessimistic. Things were not looking very bright, really. The only thing Jed could do was play the piano, and that was a huge plus already, and here I'm getting greedy, right? But I thought I would just give it a try, and I showed Jed how to do the Legos and look at the picture instructions, and surprisingly, he got it. He was able to put the 4-year-old set together. So that opened up a whole new venue that I think the Piano Wizard has a lot to do with it, because it taught him how to concentrate and to perform a task and steadily pay attention to it instead of take a hike every 5 minutes. So he was able to do the 4-year-old Legos after a lot of practice. And then I moved him to the 5-year-old Legos and 6-year-olds, and the sets got bigger and bigger. It went from a set might have 50 pieces, 100 pieces, and went up to 400 pieces, and finally up to 1,000 pieces and even 5,000 pieces. I bought him the Lego Millennium Falcon, and it took us 2 months to do it. He did 90% of the work, and he was quite pleased with himself. It was a lot of work, but it was totally worth it. And the whole time, it's like nobody can believe that Jed is doing this thing.
And then she shared more. She said, he's talking now with us about dinner, about which piece he's playing, what's going on, what's on TV next, And she said something very moving. She said, "Our family is almost normal. It's not normal. We still have a challenged child with us, but we can go shopping. We can go, to the airport." I mean, she told us stories before the Piano Wizard came into their lives where they would take him to Legoland, and he got lost in the airport on the way there in Legoland. And for a mom, he can't communicate. He can't even say, his name or his phone number, anything. Must have been just terrifying, and he got lost multiple times, and the whole family's stressed looking for him. He's like a cat who would just wander off. But now they go, and he has fun, and he interacts with his brothers, and so that miracle of Jed's getting out of his shell, out of that walnut, is what we wanted to share with you.
Hi, this is Jed. Jed, you say hi to the camera.
Hi to the camera.
Okay, Stanley, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, what are we saying hi to? We don't know. Okay,
We don't know.
That's okay. Well, we just want people to see Jed, like when he's not playing the piano. Now, let's ask Jed a few questions. Now, we went to Disney World not very long ago. How did you like Disney World, Jed?
That's great.
It was great. Well, did you like Epcot?
Epcot. Yeah.
What did you like about Epcot?
The ball.
You like the big white ball? Yeah, that's the spaceship Earth, I think it's called.
Space. Yeah, that's the ball.
Yeah, what else did you like? What is your favorite ride in Epcot?
Test track.
That's right. Test track is your favorite, wasn't it?
That change for that family, right? Our game, entertaining, educational, those are great things that we totally believe in, and that's available to everybody. But if you've got a special needs child, then this could be transformational for you. That's more than I wanted to share on the game, but I do want you to think about growing your brain, growing your kid's brain, growing your dad's brain if he's, with joy.